I'm gonna try and try out a new recording setup. This thing here, little webcammy thing. See if it's any. Well, it's easier. Right. Believe it or not, this is my Streetwise GPS tracker that's been in my Triumph for 5 years, I think. Yeah, 5 years. After lockdown, God, how many videos are going to have somebody saying after lockdown? After lockdown, I got my bike sorted. I thought I'll just have a check if my GPS didn't work, and I know why. It's down to the SIM card. Actually, it's not down to the well. It was down to the device as well, but mainly it's SIM card. So if you've got one of these little Streetwise trackers and you haven't used it for a while, the problem is probably your SIM card. It's not the tracker. And the reason for that is that your SIM card will have a set limit on when it dies. So if you don't receive, or if you don't make a call or send a text, if you don't incur a cost on your SIM card in a set period of time, normally about 6 months, I think it gets like frozen, and then after another 6 months, they just delete it. Yeah, so that's what's happened to mine. Just deleted it. The problem with that is most SIM cards these days, you have to put them in a phone to set them up. So if you've hidden this, like this was hidden, it's a bit of a faff to do. So there's a there's a thing you've got to do if you've got one of these to stop that happening in the future. Anyway, yeah, this was my Streetwise tracker. When I opened it up to get at the SIM card, there was a weird. My reception was a bit rubbish anyway, and this is the antenna here that is sort of stuck to the back there, and it's actually it's ripped there. It's just ripped inside there, so it was no good anyway. So I replaced it, and I replaced it with the one on Amazon that's always kind of shown next to this one. And I saw one picture of it on somebody's hand, and I thought it can't be that big. That must be a superimposed on a hand. But this is the old one, and this is from the case of the new one. So it's a heck of a lot bigger. Although it has got a magnetic side, so it's hidden better in my bike now. And I think if you try and get it out without taking my bike apart, you'll just end up pulling the plug out and not getting the actual thing out. Yeah, so it's a lot bigger. And despite what everyone talks about with setting it up, the basic thing of sending a text message to it and getting a response to where it is all you need. And I think that it normally falls down or breaks when your SIM card runs out. And there's a fairly easy way to stop that happening. And I'll switch over to the phone to show you that now. Right, so I've got my phone here, and I've loaded up my the number to the tracker, and if I send kind of the standard or whatever kind of tracking trigger you set up to your tracker, you should within a couple of seconds get a response that does the standard map system, with battery power and all that kind of stuff and all that malarkey. And obviously, this is while I'm testing this, my phone is using stuff. I'll need to top it up. I'll need to top it up. So there you go. And that's fine, but give it 2 months and I'll have completely forgotten all about this. So the simplest way to do this, type your text that triggers your message. instead of pressing the SMS, the send button there, I'm going to press and hold it. And this is in an Android. I suspect you have a similar thing with an iPhone. Do a select date and time, and I'm going to, well, for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to set a time in the very near future for it to send. So Friday, well, today, in a minute. I've pressed it again now. So in a minute, I've got the message there, but it's got a little clock on it. That tells me it's going to be sent at 16:24. When it's sent at 16:24, I'll get the same response. Obviously the ideal thing for me to do now, if I was so inclined, was to find out my. I'm with, I think, GIFGAF. They've got a 6-month period. So to be safe, I'll create a I'll create a scheduled message for the next 4 months, and then maybe 4 months after that, and just leave it. So I'm covered for 8 months. See, I haven't touched that, but you just see 16:24. So you'll see at the top 16:24, and it's now sent that message, and I'll get within the next couple of seconds. I'll get the same response. But what that's doing is that's putting a charge, or just saying to GIFGAF, this SIM card is still in use. And you could do that. God, you could do that for a couple of. You could just do that for ages and just leave it like that. Okay, that's the way to ensure that your GIFGAF or your whatever SIM card you've put in your GPS tracker continues to work, and you don't get the hassle I had of it dying in your tracker, and the only way to fix it is to get it out and change it. That should be it. Done.